Welcome to episode 3 of the Daniel Dargan podcast. It is good to have you here, my friend. We have a bit of a different setup today. We are not in Ireland. We are in Karpacz, Poland, in the snowy mountains of Poland. And guess what? Poland's getting booked on the Wim Hof expedition. So we're on day 3. It is currently 7 o'clock in the morning. Day 3 of the expedition. And we're going to take you through journey so far, what we've done, what I've learnt. So let's get into it. I'm currently in the room, in our bedroom. So I'm rooming with the wolf, Tony, Helmi Danini, the Libyan wolf. And honestly, this is the loudest bedroom I've ever been in, and not for the right reasons. This is like the snoring championships in here. Honestly, mate, see when I'm going to sleep. I've got the Bose headphones on, quiet comfort. I'm having the fire podcast on because Big Danini, I took a video of it. I have never heard anything like it in my life. Brother is starting up a leaf blower in the room here at about 1 o'clock in the morning. I got a pillow. He said to me, right, don't touch me. If I'm snoring really badly, don't touch me. Just hit me with a pillow. I crack him with a pillow. Nothing. Crack him with it again in the face. Nothing. I felt really bad. I was like, man, I'm going to have to leather you with this here. I get the pillow, launched it at his face. Nothing. I was like, mate, is this guy in a coma? Bro ain't going home. We're going to have to bring this man home in a body bag. But it's wild. I had to take a video to show him how bad it was. But anyway, not the point. Let's get into it. So day 1, we arrived in Poland the evening before. So we flew to Prague. Stayed the night in Prague in the hotel. We were just getting our bearings right. We wanted to make sure it was smooth sailing. There was no pressure before we got here because we didn't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a program without a program. Apparently, Wim just decides on the day what you're doing. Very whimsical. Pardon the pun. That was an awful joke. Anyway. So we arrive in Prague. Grab dinner. Early night. Do a bit of work. We tidy up work for the week. And then we set off the next day. So we're now on Wednesday. That was on Sunday. We set sail at about 5 o'clock. So we go back to the airport. We meet everybody. There's easily 400 people there. 400 people. I think a couple of years ago it was obviously a lot smaller. As it's got more popular, it was ridiculous. There were so many people there. So you get split off into groups of 20. We were the purple group. People from all ends of the world. We got people from Brazil, we got people from Australia, we got people from Germany, Mexico, everywhere, you name it. So we get put up in our group, we get on the bus, and it's a 4-hour bus journey. We were at the back of the bus. Honestly, if any of you know Helmi Danini, my man is not shy of a bit of muscle mass. I was sitting in the corner, wedged into the corner of the back of the bus, but you know what? We're above ground. It was a good day. It was a good day. Bus journey. Chatted shit for 3 hours. Arrived at the hotel. Was I nervous? I don't think I was nervous. I think we'd done so much prep that there wasn't one nerve whatsoever. I think if I'd never done a cold shower, I'd never done an ice bath, I think there definitely would be nerves, and there's a great lesson in that. Your experience is dictated by the quality of your preparation. If you have an oral speaking, if you have a presentation to give, realistically, if you've done the right prep, if you've done enough prep, there should not be 1 ounce of nerves there. And even if there is, what's the worst that's going to happen? I think it's a good lesson for anything that we do. What is the worst that's going to happen? But even the next time I go and do a speaking gig, this has been a fantastic lesson for that. I'm going to make sure that there's so many reps in the tank that there's not 1 ounce of nerves there. Because it can't go wrong. So we woke up Monday, day 1 of the Wim Hof expedition. We had to report to the big cinema room. There's 400 people. Again, we got paired off into our groups and we got taken into this grand room where, everyone introduced themselves. We got to find out why people were here in the first place. And then we started into some breath work. And a couple of years ago, honestly, I think breath work was bullshit. I thought meditation, breath work, journaling, I thought it was a load of balls. But that was in a past life. And I think when you're going through a rough time, you're searching for answers. You're searching for things to help you. And those were some of the things that I'd stumbled upon. The meditation, the breath work. So we got cracking. And why is this type of breath work any different from breathing? I think that's a great question, because that's something that I asked before. So obviously when you're taking a normal breath, you breathe in, you breathe out. Okay. But this type of breath work, you breathe in fully through your nose, and then you let it go. You don't breathe out, you just let it go. Okay. You do that 40 times, fully in, let it go. You do that 40 times. After the 40th one, you take a big deep breath in, and then you let it go. And then you hold your breath for 2 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, fully in, and then you let it go. And you repeat that 3-5 times. And you'll start to notice as you're doing that, do it in a comfortable, do it in somewhere, lying down, seated. I like to do it lying down, to be honest. And when we're here, we've brought sleeping bags, so we're just lying on our sleeping bags doing it, or a yoga mat. And people are taking quite an interesting reaction to this. So afterwards, we done the breath work. It was basically a practice for when we went into the hall to meet Wim, and when we went into the hall to do the large breathwork sessions. So there's 400 people in this grand room. It's a big circular grand room with a big chandelier in the middle. Wim was in the middle. He had his guitar. He was singing when we were coming in. He was talking for a bit, and then we get stuck into the breathwork. So I want you to imagine hundreds of people in this room. Wim's in the center. There's people around the edges, all the instructors beating these drums. He's playing the guitar. He's singing. It was powerful. Honestly, it was powerful. When we were doing the breath work, that's like 90 minutes of breath work. After a while, you start to go a little lightheaded. You might feel some tingling in your fingers, and that's okay. That's expected as well. But then you go, honestly, you go in and out of consciousness. Some people I heard in the room started screaming. Some people started crying. Some people were taking a physical reaction, so their hands were all up in the air. They didn't feel like they had control of that. And I was lying there being like, should I be screaming? Should I be crying too? Am I not doing it right? What's the right way to do it? And I've been doing breathwork for years, but I hadn't experienced any of that. And I spoke to one of the girls after, and she was talking about this trauma. Like, a lot of people are coming here with a lot of heavy shit. We're coming here to challenge ourselves. Like, I'm coming here to see what I'm truly capable of, to inspire other people. And honestly, I've been doing ice baths for 2 years, 2 years. I've been cold dipping for about 4 years now. This is like the pinnacle. It's the Champions League final. It's the Catalina wine mixer, as I said. This is the final rep. So we're not really coming here with serious trauma. People are coming here to look for answers, and they look to Wim as almost like a god. So some of these people are having these emotions built up and built up and built up. And when you're doing this breath work, it evokes some sort of emotion in you. It is powerful. I go in and out of consciousness. There's a sense of calm, but also a lot of people that have that trauma built up. I can imagine, if you imagine a bottle of water, there's been one drop every single day. One drop, and the water's getting higher and higher. The bottle's getting more full and more full, and they've never emptied the bottle. And it's just got to the point where as soon as they've done that breath work, the whole bottle's just been tipped upside down, and they're releasing whatever it is. Whether it's releasing that trauma, I don't understand it. I don't have an answer for it. I have to have had experience that myself, and I've done a lot of work on myself. I've gone to therapy. I speak a lot about what I've gone through in the past couple of years, even current issues with certain individuals. I would speak to them about those things and get things off my chest now, which is something I really struggled with. So I didn't feel like I was coming here with a full bottle of shit to get off my chest, a full bottle of demons, a full bottle of trauma. And I quickly realized a lot of people are coming with those issues. So I found it fantastic. When afterwards, I felt so calm. I honestly felt like I dropped a Xanax. I felt like I'd had a diazepam, 10 milligrams down the hatch. I felt so chilled out. But it was powerful with the music. And Wim, he doesn't give a fuck. He does not give a shit. 400 people there. He was sitting burping. He was talking about dildos, talking about sex in front of his daughter was there. Like, does not care at all. And I reckon they're probably making well over $1 million for this week alone. It's a very profitable company, but the son has the rights to Wim Hof. He doesn't have the rights to his own name. The son owns the company, has all the rights to the name Wim Hof. Everything is attributed to him, and Wim Hof just gets paid a salary. But he doesn't care about money. He's not a monetary guy. And believe it or not, one of the instructors told us that the clothes that he wears, he just takes that from the lost and found at the end of the week after people have gone home from the expeditions, which I find that crazy. Multi-million pound company. How mad is that? Someone with so much, but they don't value any of that. And I love it. I love that. There's so many people out there that they have so much and they're unhappy. And there's so many people that have so little and they're content with their lives. So to see him as a multimillionaire who just doesn't care, it's quite refreshing. He meets everybody at their level, knowing that he's done incredible things. Yeah, it's inspiring. But a lot of people do view him as a god, like bowing down worship to Wim Hof, which that's just not what we're here for, personally. But the trauma that people are going through, I just can't relate to that. But I'm loving the breathwork. It's relaxing. But meditation could be exactly what you want it to be. And we've had a conversation with a few of the boys over the past couple of days. You can be exactly what you want it to be. And Naval Ravikant, he takes 30 minutes every single day. He's an angel investor from America. He takes 30 minutes every single day in silence. To himself in silence. And he describes it like clearing out his email inbox. And what happens if you never take time to yourself and you never speak about those problems? Those thoughts build up, they build up. And before you know it, you have an inbox with 1,000 emails there and you don't know what's primary, what's general, what's junk. And every time you take that moment of stillness to yourself, completely unplugged, no phone, no communication, just sitting with your own thoughts. You're filtering through. You're seeing, oh, yeah, that's primary, I'll put that there. Oh, that's junk. Why is that there? Get rid of that. That's not rational. Get rid of that. And you're always operating from a place of rationale. We're never overwhelmed with the stresses, the worries that come our way. And that's what I've really found incredible about doing those ice baths in the morning, even though it sucks so badly working up to this expedition. We've went from 5 minutes all the way up to 15 minutes in the ice bath at 4:30 in the morning. And see, sitting for 15 minutes on your own, like, it is a long time just to be sitting there for someone that has not been used to that whatsoever. 15 minutes sitting there with your thoughts. That is a meditative practice. I feel so much lighter coming out of that. Any thoughts you're having, you're filtering through them. You're filtering through that email box. You're putting emails into the junk and you're getting on with your day. So, yeah, if you feel like things build up, take some time to yourself. When was the last time you were unplugged? When was the last time you weren't watching TV, that you weren't doing work, that you weren't on your phone, that you weren't eating food, you weren't communicating with someone else? Like, when was the last time that you actually were doing nothing? And sometimes doing nothing is the most productive thing that we can do. Sometimes rest and being unplugged is the most productive work. And when I realized that, when I flipped the switch, I realized That's what's going to make me go the distance. I always talk about the Formula One car and how if we don't change the tyres, we're never going to win the Grand Prix. And that 15 minutes of stillness in the morning, that's the Grand Prix. That's what's going to make me win it. So yeah, how can you take time for yourself? And I know it sounds like hippy-dippy shit if you're not used to it. I get that. I was somebody, if 19-year-old Daniel was sitting listening to me now, he'd be like, mate, what shite are you chatting? But resistance to those things, that mitigates growth. When you think you're too cool for school, when you think, that's a load of shite, that's a load of codswallop, that's the one thing that's holding you back. Because there's no task that's too small for you. You're not above any task. And that's something that I've definitely told myself in the past couple of years. There's nothing too small for you. So give it a go. Immerse yourself fully into it. And some of the things that we're doing here, like you're dancing, you're singing, and people are getting out of their comfort zones doing that for sure. And if you don't immerse yourself into it, that's gonna hinder what you get out of this. So it's the same as anything. If you're going to the gym, yeah, resistance to going all in, that's gonna hinder and mitigate. That's gonna hinder your growth. That's gonna hinder your growth. It's like going to the gym and not training with full intensity. Why are you going? If you're not going all the way, why are you going at all? Why are you going at all? Why are you kidding to yourself? Why are you kidding yourself that spending the time, 100% of the time, and getting 50% of the reward is okay when it's not? If you're going to do it, you go all in. My dad used to say to me, if you do anything in life, you do it right. So while we're here, I'm fully immersing myself into. That's why day one, I didn't really record much content. They weren't too keen on it. And reason why they weren't too keen on it, I think they just wanted you to immerse yourself on the first day instead of a load of people coming just recording themselves. And I don't want to be cutting about here with a tripod, putting a camera in everyone's face. But yeah, they're definitely more receptive to it now. Tony, he put up in his story yesterday, about the ice bath. We'll get to that in a minute. He put up a story, needs more. It was him talking about the day, and he says, Wim needs more ice. That was light work. And then Wim Hof reshared it and was like, there's more ice coming. And I was like, oh, mate, we're going to get crucified now because all the instructors, people seen it. And I was like, oh, mate, we're getting shafted here. We're going to get sent over the top. But that was the breath work. And we're literally doing like 2-3 hours of that a day. I've never taken as many, like when I'm doing this, I'm falling asleep. I've never taken as many naps in a day in my life. And then we got to the ice bath. I was like, right, come on, give me a bit of challenge here. Like, let's go. I want someone to put me through the ringer. We've been doing this so much. And we had to ask ourselves, have we over prepped for this? And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm not saying that and oh, look at me, I've been banging ice baths because swing your day. No, it's not about that. It's we've put in so many reps, and I think that's again a great lesson. The more reps in discomfort, the more comfortable the uncomfortable will become. And we've done so many, day in, day out. I have not missed one single day. And the first ice bath, we stripped down. We all walked out together, the group of 20. Our instructor was beating the drum. We were chanting, we were singing. We got out to the ice bath. We gathered around the ice bath. And this ice bath took like 15 people at a time. So there was two groups. One went first, and then the group two went after. And we were doing the horse dance. Oh, ah, oh, ah. And that's to keep you warm. But there's something powerful about that. There's something really primal, and I felt that, like that masculine energy was just on. It was firing. I felt incredible, and I think we definitely have lost a lot of that in society. That masculine energy where men can be men, and that bond is incredible. And there are a lot of women on this as well, incredible women on this journey with us. But I love the fact that the 6 of us, men together, really feeling primal. I think it brought that inner child out in me. And we need more of that. And that's what the ice has given me. That's what those dips have given me. So standing around, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. It's getting quicker. It's building up. It's getting louder. And then they say 3, 2, 1. Everyone get in. And we get in. And then we control the breath when we get in. And say, to be honest, it was colder. I recognise it was cold. But we've done colder. We've definitely done colder up in the mountains in Ireland, in Bloody Bridge, at the waterfall in Gleno. Again, we've done so much prep, but some of those people were coming from LA, they were coming from Mexico, they were coming from Australia, all over the world. Some of these people had never done an ice bath. They booked it last minute. They never done an ice bath. They maybe done one or two cold showers. This is a new world to them. So some people really struggled getting in, but that's where honestly you rise to the occasion and you make sure that you gather around those people. And you say, okay, you look at me, you follow my breath, we're in this together, we're a family, and we're a team, and we're going to get through this together. And that's where hardship really bonds people together. And you'll notice that if you've ever gone through a difficult time, you've shared that experience with somebody else, that you somehow become very close with that individual. Trauma, hardship, it really brings people together, which, I mean, there's something beautiful in that. So after 2.5 minutes, we got out, and I mean, honestly, we thought we were going to have to stay in for like half an hour, 20 minutes, and that's what we were prepping for. But after 2 minutes, we got out, and then there was the other groups around us doing the horse stance, 100 people in unison. Oh, ah. And bear in mind, it was dark at this point, so think of 100 people outdoors around these ice baths, just smashed the ice bath, doing the horse stance. So this is where you're almost like squatting down on your knees. If you're listening, you're almost squatting down on your knees. Ooh. Ah, ooh, ah, hands side to side, 100 people doing that in unison. That was powerful. It was insane. And then afterwards, we all bounced in together, big group hug. It was fine. It was unbelievable. So then we went to the spa afterwards. We grabbed something to eat, and the spa was insane. Funny thing about the spa is, not here, because there's people coming from, obviously, from the West, and a lot of European countries, I didn't know. They go into the saunas naked, butt-ass naked, no kit. Apparently it's frowned upon to go in with kit on. And I was chatting to a fella last night and he said that they go in, like you'd go into the sauna with your mum and your granny, butt-ass naked. I was like, mate, as much as I love my gran and my mum, like, I ain't going anywhere naked with them. Not a chance. No chance. And while I'm talking about that, I'm going to give you a very brief side note. I don't even know if my mum would want me to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So a couple of years ago, I was 19. I hadn't drank in like maybe 8 weeks. I'm going to give you spark notes. Went out to the Pints and Pedals in Belfast. It's like, if anyone doesn't know, it's where you're basically on this big massive bike, and in the middle there's a speaker. There's loads of drinks. It's a bar, so it's basically like a moving bar, and you basically go around town. I ran out of mixer, right? So I only had gin, right? And I sank a half bottle of gin. I hadn't drank in like 8 weeks. I basically passed out, right? I was being sick everywhere. Didn't make it into the club. I was a mess. The ambulance came, and the medic was looking after me, making sure that I was fine, making sure that I wasn't choking on my sick. They ended up calling my mum. Oh, it's awful. Mum and dad came down, put me into the car. This is Dublin Road in Belfast. This is like one of the main streets as well that loads of the bars are on. So everybody could see. Like, I was paralytic. I was about 20 at the time. I was 19. They put me into the car, took me home. Anyway, I barely remember any of this, right? I woke up the next morning, and I had a girlfriend at the time. I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh my God. So I woke up and there's a woman in my bed, right? Like, there's a girl in my bed. And I thought, oh my God, I went to the toilet. I came back and all I could see was the dark hair. And I realized, like, shit, that's not my girlfriend. I was like, oh my God, like, I've brought some girl home and had sex with her. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, what have I done? There's this naked girl in my bed. So I get into bed and look over, and it's my mum. It's my mum. Oh my God, I thought I bucked my mum. It was disaster. I honestly, one, a sigh of relief, two, a sign of disgust. I was like, mate, the fact that was, oh no. Yeah, that was disaster. So anyway, I don't even know how we get onto that. Yeah, something to do with Europeans getting in saunas naked. Anyway, went to the spa, early night. Day 2 yesterday. Yeah, we get up. We've done more breath work. We reported early, done more breath work, and like it's an all you can eat here. It's a buffet, so we head down together. We eat together. We have a crack, and yeah, the food's good. It does the job. It's not Michelin star, but it does the job. You can have as much as you want as well, but it's good crack. You see everyone, and the thing about this is, everybody is so receptive to conversation. Everybody will chat to you. Hey, how you doing? Even if you're going up for water, you'll go up and chat to people and have a really good, deep conversation. You might have a crack with someone, and they'll be like, all right, see you later, mate. Take care. And I think that's something that I need to bring back into my life, back home. It's so easy to sit at the side of a bus stop and go on your phone. It's so easy when you're in the shop to not say hello to people or have conversation with the cashier. But every interaction counts. And what I've learned this week, I've had some incredible conversations and met some incredible people that if I was on my phone, if I didn't lift my head, I wouldn't have met those people. And you never know. Some of those people could be a huge positive impact in your life. But you're never going to find out if you don't lift your head. So I think that's a great lesson. Get your head up out of your phone and say hello. How are you? Where are you from? What do you do? And I think the great thing is here, like, where are you from? It's such a great starter. It's such a great conversation starter. Such interesting people here. Everybody's coming here for a reason, with a story, which I love. So it's honestly, I love it. It's one of my favorite things about this so far. But I've had, honestly, the time of my life so far. We're on day 3. Yesterday, we got up, we done hours of breath work, then we went back into the ice, and yesterday it was a silent ice bath. 20 of us, we walked out. And see, when you're walking out, you feel like you're being walked out to the slaughterhouse. That's what it feels like. There's a drum being beaten, and you're walking out side by side. That's literally what it feels like. I was like, I'm going out to be slaughtered here. Into the ice bath, completely silent. Then we're doing the horse stance after, and we're maybe doing that for about 30 minutes afterwards. And your quads are burning, they're on fire, but you're heating up. And the idea is so that, of course, you're heating up slowly. Because if you jump into a hot shower too quickly, if you jump into a sauna, then the warm blood's going to mix with the cold blood, and it's also going to send the blood to your extremities away from your vital organs. And then it's going to do that rapidly, which is obviously what we don't want. You're going to take an after drop, and you're going to start shivering a lot. So yeah, that's not. If you do any cold dipping, don't do that straight afterwards. Okay, let your body heat up naturally, slowly. And then when you feel like you're warm, then you can get a shower. Then you can do that. Then yesterday evening there was a Q&A for Wim Hof. And yeah, to be honest, I'll be straight up honest with you. We didn't go to it. And you might think, oh, why did we do that? We were very, very taxed. We were so taxed. And I know there's going to be so much more interaction with Wim throughout the rest of the week. And I know there was the day before. And we thought, you know what, like, we also hadn't put out much on social media, and as much as, yes, we're immersing ourselves into the situation, or into this expedition, we're here as well, of course, to record this experience. I want to show people what we're doing, to inspire other people to do ice baths, and I honestly feel like it's a disservice to me, to myself, and to my mission if I don't do that. So you really don't get much time throughout the rest of the day, and like, we're in bed for like 8:30 at night. So we thought, right, okay, we'll make an executive decision. We'll not go to that. We'll bang out work, because I'm taking the whole week off. But with regards to content, getting that out there, recharging the batteries, then getting an early night, and then we hit it today, and we all feel so much better. We were so tired yesterday. We feel so much better today. And again, we were meant to be doing the hike today. I'm not sure if it's today. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow. And what the hike is a 3-hour hike into the mountains, into the snow. And you're only allowed to wear your shorts. For females, obviously, you're only allowed to wear your bikini. But that's where the power of the group's going to come in. That's where the power of the group's going to come in. And yeah, who's going to carry the boats is the main question we're asking. Who's carrying the boats and the logs? That's you, buddy. Yeah. I hear that in my sleep. And that's all I'm going to be saying for 3 hours straight. You guessed it. So the hike, that's what we're going to be doing. But honestly, if I'm being real with you, we thought this was going to be a lot more difficult than it has been. And I think it's more of a retreat as opposed to an expedition. I'm having the time of my life. I'm absolutely loving it. But I don't think it's as challenging. I know it's not as challenging as we thought it was going to be. I think a culmination of maybe the fact that we've done so much prep for it, and then also the fact that I think it's bound by so much red tape now and regulation and safety that there's certain things that you can't do and they can't make it as extreme as it maybe used to be, which, I mean, that's what I want. I want something to break me down so much. You know, that's what I'm here for, so that I can build up from there and grow. Because if you avoid weakness, if you avoid resistance your whole life, you're going to live a tough life. If you avoid resistance, you're going to be weak. And I've got the position now where I've tried to build up myself. I build and fortify my mind so much that I want to go to that next level. I want to really see what we have in the locker and really challenge myself. So am I having a fantastic time? Absolutely. I'm having the time of my life. I'm taking a really relaxing week. And I feel incredible. I feel fantastic. I've met some insane people. But is it as challenging as we thought it was so far? No, but that could change. We're on day 3, so I'm going to keep you updated. I literally just wanted to do this pod, literally 20-30 minutes, give you an update on where we're at. But yeah, I've been loving it. So let me just check. I'll check my notes here in case there was anything I'd actually left out. No, we're good. Oh yeah, last lesson, which was actually so key. Obviously, people are going through the trauma. People were going through hardship. They were talking about it in that room of 20. They opened the floor to allow people to be very vulnerable. And when people are vulnerable, it really creates a safe space. And within 24 hours, a safe space was created. You were open up about things which you would never have opened up about. 2 strangers standing up in front of them, which I think is incredible. The power of vulnerability. And you know yourself, when you open up about something to a friend, you become a lot closer. And what I've realised is, no matter where somebody is in their life, no matter how successful, how much money they have in the bank, no matter how jacked they are, everybody has shit going on. Everybody has shit going on. And you can guarantee that somebody else is going through what you're going through right now. And I think there's comfort in that you're not alone. And if we had to put all of our problems, all of our worries into a pile, we would take them back straight away. We would take them back right away. Hearing some of the stories of people coming here, losing loved ones, and just going through really traumatic experiences, it makes me realise, you know, like, I'm very grateful for what I have, and that, you know, we've got it good. We've got it good. But everybody's going through shit. And I think that's the beauty of being human. That we can go through shit and still live life. That we can have down days and still have a great life. It doesn't need to be all sunshine and rainbows to live a good life. And we don't need to be happy all the time. And as soon as I accepted that, it was such a liberating feeling. It was like, oh my God, what a weight off my shoulders. I don't need to be happy all the time, because when you put that expectation on yourself, you're really setting yourself up to fail all the time. So expecting that every day is going to be a banger, expecting that every day you're going to feel fantastic, you're going to feel motivated, that you're going to feel energetic, you're setting yourself up to fail. So just take every day as it comes. Do what you need to do that's going to make you feel great. And if it doesn't happen, who cares? Move on to the next day. Ask yourself what's going well. Ask yourself what's the silver lining. I'm trying to reframe that situation. But we're now on day 3. It is 7:49 now. I'm going to go down for some breakfast. Then we're to report for 8:30 in the morning. And then I don't know what is in store for the rest of the day. I don't know, but I will keep you updated. But I just wanted to come on and give you a little update on where we're at. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. So, big love, as always, my one said. Let's go, baby. I will see you in the next one.